Let's talk clarity. Once again, I'm here, and this particular clarity is like an architecture of my clarities. After all the videos I have released, because I have videos that I've taken and I'm not ready to share. But today is one of those here and now I gotta share something. Today is a perfect day. I'm documenting this as, quote unquote, as a architecture of clarity. Now, those of you who don't know me, just go on and look through all my videos. I'm not that important. As a matter of fact, I'm a nobody. But I want to talk about surviving family, surviving frenemies, and also surviving royal enemies. So, let me just welcome you all to Let's Talk Clarity. Yeah. And just for the record, this conversation, it is not for people who are addicted to outrage. It isn't for nobody who live emotionally charged, emotionally charged lives. This is for the survivors. This is for the people rebuilding after losing loved ones. And this is also about those who have lost their careers after surviving cancer, after betrayal, after trauma, after life tried to write your ending before your story was even finished. This is this type of Let's Talk Clarity. It's also for those who are the people that, I speak to occasionally, because clarity is expensive. It costs comfort. It costs denial. It has cost the fantasies that everyone who smiles at you and wants you to win. Here's one of the most life oldest lessons. Not everyone sitting at your table is there to feed you. Some are just there to study your weakness to see how hungry you are. Some are just measuring your patience, your cool card. Some are waiting for you to have a moment of vulnerability. I'm going to tell you, when you're busy applying first aid to your own life, like as in protecting your peace, healing your nervous system, rebuilding your future, I'm going to just tell you personally, I cannot afford to become distracted by people who constantly try to pull me into some sort of chaos. It's just not working. It's just not working. Some people don't want healing. They don't want it for themselves, and they definitely don't want it for somebody else. They just want an audience. Or they are like two enemies. You eventually meet. You'll meet one way and then there'll be another, but they both enemies. You know, the first ones I can't stand is family frenemies. That is the most hardest type of frenemies to have, because it involves brother against brothers, sisters against sisters, mothers against their daughters, daughters against their fathers. You know, it's just an ongoing thing. Relatives who celebrate, you know, your struggles. Yeah. They celebrate your struggles more than your victories. People who hear your dreams only to weaponize them later. So, you know, they smile at you right in your face. And while they quietly hoping your good future, you never arrives. Sometimes certain things can just become some deep wounds that they don't even come from strangers. They come from the people that you know their name, you know how tall they are. Even the second of them I call royal enemies. And those are the people that have influence, power, status, positions. And then they already have what many people are chasing, you know. Yet, somehow or another, your potential will bother them. Because insecure power always fears emerging purpose. Don't nobody have to destroy your present. Nobody don't even have to do a damn thing to you. All they have to do is discourage your future. And if they're a part of it, trust me, history is filled with people who tried to stop purpose before it was even born. And I'm going to go old school for a minute. Even Zion faced oppositions from people driven by pride, by control, by envy, and the desire to possess what was never theirs, period. And across history, if you even look through scriptures, destruction itself, destructive hearts have often been fueled by lust for power rather than love of truth. And yet, every time you turn around, there's always a name that has changed, but it's the same energy. Yep, the pattern just remains. And that's why I love discernment. It really matters. Because as you know, even Jesus recognized his enemies. He knew what was up. And he didn't even hate everyone. He simply just knew everyone couldn't travel with him, couldn't walk with him, couldn't sit with him, couldn't talk with him. As we know, as a woman, you better know the difference. Because one of the greatest acts of maturity is refusing to explain yourself, to meet people halfway, because sometimes people are just committed to misunderstanding you anyway. Some people will dig through your past and be searching for any label, any type of mud, searching for mistakes, searching for something that just justifies their hostility. I mean, goodness gracious, let me tell you, don't help them, please, because loose lips sink ship. Let people say whatever they want to say, because your healing, it doesn't belong on public display, in the gossip table, in the gossip session, on social media. Privacy is not change. Privacy is wisdom. And your peace deserves protection. I've been wanting to talk about this for about 2 weeks, but today something weird happened. So I decided to stop chasing approval from some people. They already decided not to see my light. So they did me a favor. You can empty your heart in front of people, and they will still choose the most darkest, nastiest thing to think of. And I might be a bit, passionate about when I speak, but just leave them right there, because I leave them right there. I don't have a touch of bitterness. It's called boundaries, because boundaries are clarity. I refuse to spend my future, my now, my here and now, arguing with people committed to something way back yesterday, 20 years ago, cobwebs on stuff. How you gonna build like that? How you gonna heal? How can you even serve anybody any good? You can't even grow. Noise the world, noise stuff done got loud. And it's desperately needing clarity. Every day. So my voice will never be used to feed confusion. I guarantee you that. Okay? Don't use your voice for that. Let your words empower people and defy the statistics. Because people are choosing healing over hatred in these days. I promise you. Wisdom over revenge, okay? Purpose over popularity, please. And truth over performance. Because you're going to get a lot of performance. And trust me, it be people, they can create some stuff. So just protect your peace. If you haven't heard it from anybody, you heard it from me. You got to guard your purpose and strengthen your spirit. Because clarity isn't just something, you discover. Nope. Clarity is something that you gonna defend, especially within yourself. Okay? Because there might come times when you don't even know when your new day is gonna be. They say we're not promised tomorrow, but if you understand the difference or the dynamics of, frenemies, I'm not even talking about stuff in the outside world at all. I'm not talking about that. Because people that's in the outside world and they choose street life, that's a choice. But sometimes you don't even get to choose your family. So, for me, this is absolutely the architect of why I choose the Chronicles of Let's Talk Clarity. If you was listening to me, I already understand there's some people that I want to talk to. Because there's so many, y'all don't even have the slightest idea what I'm talking about. But I can talk to a few people. I can talk to a few people and it will be some real love. You know, it could be over tea. It can be over coffee. It could be over health. It could be over happiness, and definitely the polarities of everything. Unhappiness, unhealthy, pure hate. And it could be a subject that is hard to say, but it won't be somebody trying to get you in a moment of, possessing anything that don't even belong to them just to, secretly be a frenemy, setting you up in bondage, trapping you, doing some type of life sentence that they think you too blind to know what the heck they really doing. The scope of using negativity just to get a reaction, just to see if they can kill you off, just to see if they can mess with your emotions. There's so many people that is going through things and they die of heart attacks. They don't make it. And I've seen people, I've been to funerals to where it's people actually like regretting all the stuff that they done did somebody because they are part of how the person is sitting in a casket. And I'd be damned if somebody tried to set me up through any type of healing process that I'm doing, any type of education that I'm doing for myself, any type of wellness that I'm doing for myself, any type of prosperity, any type of life force of building, processing, to try to drain me so I don't have nothing to move forward in, and then try to strip me of everything that I've worked hard for. Wow. While they chose not to even be present. Who do that? Who do that? It's some people that actually, you can't expect someone to see your light if they are just committed to keeping their eyes closed. All they gonna see is darkness. And light is just one thing. Vibration can be felt. And you know what that is? It's people that be talking so much and cut you off so quick because they feel your truth. They feel your harmony. They can feel your love. But if they intimidated, if they're hating, if they despise you, if it's something that they don't have or something that they working on that you have, and I'm talking about the royals, people that was born high. They already in positions. I've been there. And I said something today to someone. In my journey, I promise you, I won't say what I won't never do, but I've learned a lesson of what it is to go and try to pull someone up or stand in a gap for somebody and try to help someone who actually put themselves so down low that you just sticking your hand out to help someone, you end up being tripped. And nobody, not even your closest people, will care to help you up. So what does that mean? Women and men amongst each other. They will see someone with a certain status, and it doesn't have to be always high, because frenemies is frenemies. It's people that lose their entire life force in a way to where you could see, you wearing physical proof of your breath. Trying to heal because they decided to play Captain Save-A-Ho. And it doesn't matter whether you're Captain Save-A-Ho and you're a female doing it or the men doing it. But what I'm articulating is that frenemies, they come in many different forms. There's many different types. Many different types. This is not a fantasy. This is nothing on TV. This is nothing that I'm just making up. Some of you out there, you're not hearing me. And as I can empty myself, and if I wanted to go in a direction to where it's from my heart, I'm giving this from my, from my soul. Because I know it's people that basically will choose darkness just to trip you up and see, let's see, is she bitter? Let's see. They don't give a damn about boundaries. But for me, boundaries is clarity. I have to say that. Just give it a try. Because I'm not spending 1 second. I am working on that. I'm not arguing with people that's committed and just attached to some old back in the day crap. They ain't even growing. So don't expect them to heal. Don't expect them to serve. Don't expect them to grow with you. Don't expect them to do anything. Because they've been all out in the street, all out in the world where it's so freaking noisy. They used to it. That's harmony for them. Some people need clarity and they will rather just tear it up because it's coming from somebody with a voice that the vibration alone feeds you, empowers you, and definitely points you away from being statistics. So as I say, always choose well, because choosing healing over hatred is very important. And some people, they just procrastinate in wisdom because they love being revengeful. They love being popular. And they definitely gonna perform. They love performing. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So we gotta protect our peace, y'all. You gotta protect your peace. And I'm not saying keep your guard up, but definitely strengthen your spirit. Because there's some people that's based, they get up every day trying to find a way to get people out of themselves. The people that they're supposed to be loving and respecting. And that's enough for you to have something in your life to say, what am I going to defend about my life today? I've said enough. So just remember yourself. And that's clear.